this pattern expects that you have ended right here with one color. So in the pattern, what it's going to ask you to do is knit across the heel flap. Then it's going to ask you to pick up 17 stitches along this side, pick up one extra stitch right here, kind of in the crack where these two meet, knit across the instep stitches, and then grab one here in the crack, and then pick up 17 up along this way, okay? Well, since I changed colors, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I still have my original color right here. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to pick one up in the crack, pick up 17 along here, knit across here, pick up 17 along here, get one in the crack, and then knit across my instep, okay? So I'm cheating a little bit, I'm editing the pattern a little bit, but this way I don't have to break this yarn and I can continue to use it. So I'm going to just safely pull these stitches here because I am going to work in this area to pick up my stitches. So the first thing they say is when you're picking up the stitch, they want you to pick it up in the ladder. Okay, so if I pull this apart, you can see how that would be a ladder, right? So they want you to pick up a stitch right in there. Now, if I pick one up right under there, see how it kind of creates a big gap? I like to go under 2 rungs of the ladder just to be safe. So I'm just going to insert from front side into the inside of the sock, and I'm going to grab and I'm going to do a yarn over. With my left hand, I'm going to physically pull the fabric over so that I pick up a stitch just like that. Okay, now we can start picking up along our selvage edge. Because we slipped one, we have a nice big loop right there. There's a loop right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. If you're a crocheter, this will look familiar to you. You're going to go under both rungs of the loop. See that? I'm going to do a yarn over, and I'm going to hold the fabric and peel my needle out so I pick up a stitch. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to go in the next one. There's 2. I'm going to go in the next one. There's 3. Go in the next one. 4. 5. You get the idea. I'm going to keep going until I get right up here. Okay, now I'm on 17. There we go. And I've got 18 total now. Oh, let me get in that last one. Ugh, it's hard because my end of my yarn is right there. Get under there, grab a guy there. All right, cool. So now I have a total of 18 stitches, 17 from here, and then the 18th little guy right there. So now I am going to simply knit across the top of my heel flap stitches right here. You'll notice that things are starting to get bunchy here. We have a lot of stuff on the needles. So once we get all the way across these stitches for the heel flap. All right, one more to go. Fantastic. Now, we still have to get stitches from this side, all right, but that's going to be, we can't even like really turn that angle. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this all the way through these stitches like this. Okay, we'll leave a little loop right there. Okay, now I've got a little bit of room. In fact, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to push all of these stitches onto this needle here because we're going to have to work those eventually. Now I've got some slack here, so now I can pick up the ones down here on the side. Okay, so here's this first one. We're going to go right under this selvage edge right there, and this is going to be stitch number 1. And then we're going to continue to pick up until we have 17 on this side, and then we'll have one more to pick up in the ladder. Okay, so I'll pick this one up. So I've got 2, 3. All right, so I've got several more to go until I get to 17, and then we'll get that one in the ladder. All right, here's 16, and then 17, the last one, and then I'm going to go under 2 rungs of the ladder there so I can get my 18th. All right, that's great. I've got my 18 stitches. Okay, now I want to knit across the instep, but I want all of these stitches to be on one needle, so I'm going to go ahead and just slide this whole thing through, okay? So you can see when I pull this straight, all of this will be on one needle. It'll be a little fussy. But now, here's what I'm going to do next. I am going to knit across my instep stitches, and then I am going to, and I'm going to stay in pattern here because we still have a pattern. I'm going to knit across here in pattern, then I'm going to knit to the very middle of my heel. I'm going to place a marker right there. That's going to be our new end of round. After we have our new end of round in the middle of the heel, then we're going to do the decreases, and we'll talk about that in a moment.